Well, hello there, you beautiful and amazing people. I've put this off for far too long. I do not want to do it, but here is my whole entire reaction to the Rang Supreme. It's gonna suck.
Well, that's definitely shite.
It's everything that has been released has been terrible. It's just getting worse and worse and worse. And what the fuck is a main teaser? I honestly have no idea what a main teaser is. But here we are. We're dealing with this crap again. So, before we get into this video, I would also like to plug. You should keep an eye out on this channel. We will be doing a book club for the one, the only, the great Silmarillion. So we're going to do the first 5, maybe 6 chapters. I'll post a little video letting everyone know. So if you want to join in, we'll go live, see what everyone's got to say, and we'll do the first few chapters all the way up to this piece of shit coming out. To just, you know, I think people need to step up their game a little bit and get a bit more knowledge, because this shit ain't good. So the book club, this will be coming as soon as possible, and I'll post a little video giving a little bit more detail on it. So please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Let's get into this shit.
There was a time when the world was so young.
So I'm gonna say that was Numenor? Looks like Numenor?
There had not yet been a sunrise.
I just, it's so much CGI, and I don't. There's like odd bits that look really nice, but there's just so much CGI now.
But even then, there was.
I mean, the trees of Valinor look really good. They do look really good.
Light.
Call to me, lands far away.
Right, first of all, that's terrible music. Do you remember the Eagles? Do you remember the Eagles?
Elves have forests to protect.
What?
Dwarfs their...
Okay, I'm gonna say this is Khazad-dûm. Dwarves in their minds. The trees underground? Interesting. But it kind of looks dwarfish.
their minds. Mend their fields of grain. But we Harfoots have each other.
Harfoots. You know, because legally they're not allowed to say hobbits, even though Harfoots are exactly the same as a hobbit. God damn it. Yeah. They really don't know what Harfoots are.
I must now wander this wandering.
Jesus Christ. I'm sorry for pausing so much, but I have so many problems with this. Well, what's this meant to be? It's like a Wicker Man.
We're safe.
You have fought long enough, Galadriel.
Galadriel. I mean, yeah. So let's just break down that. You can't say Galadriel. Galadriel. And she didn't fight. I mean, it's literally said by Tolkien She didn't fight. But that's just me. God, these swords are just terrible. And I think they're actually playing off something that Weta Workshop said way back in the day when they were making the Lord of the Rings stuff with the two-handed swords that they used in the Battle of the Last Alliance. I think they're playing on that, where they're like, it's a half-size sword. But these just suck. Because everything flowed with the elves. It was like one with nature. This is just like generic fantasy sword. I mean, this sucks.
Put up your sword.
The enemy is still out there. The question now is where?
We will go into this in the Silmarillion. So, I highly suggest just keeping an eye out for that.
It is over.
You have not seen what I've seen.
I have seen my share.
You have not seen.
What? That is the most pathetic, un-Tolkien line. You have not seen what I have seen. I have seen a lot. No, you have not seen what I have seen. I'm going through the Silmarillion, and it's very biblical. Lord of the Rings, I mean, the books are right there. You can go through and there's a structure. It's a nice language. It's everything flows. It's, if you're speaking the language of the dwarves, it's very harsh and very you know, it's, you can see a little bit of Norse in there, a little bit of Russian, a little bit of that, and you can see the hard tones of like Scottish, because all the dwarves have a sort of Scottish twang to it, shall we say. And we have the hard R, and it's very brutal. Yes, I can't say burglar alarm. It's really difficult to say. But we look at all these other books, and they have the languages with the elves are very, it's almost French-like. It's very beautiful. It's very flowy. It's almost a little bit of Gaelic in there. Everything's very, very nice. And like it says, everything's light. It's very, dare I say, at one with nature. But those lines, this is just generic fantasy.
I have seen my share.
You.
Why is she covered in fucking Dorito dust, or what's it dust, or Cheeto dust, or whatever fucking crisp you want to use? Jesus fucking titty fucking Christ, this is bad. Like, she's meant to be the ethereal queen, the absolute essence of the elves, the way they flow, the way they move, and she is the embodiment of Tolkien's femininity of the whole book. Every single one of these books, she is the embodiment of that sheer beauty.
Having looked my last upon that which is fairest, henceforth I will call nothing fair unless it be her gift to me.
And the ranks of Prime have now put her in Cheeto dust and ill-fitting armour.
You have not seen. What I have seen.
Oh my god, this just looks wank. Like, really, really bad CGI. I mean, it honestly looks like a cutscene from like a PS2 game. That's how good this is. And this is what, a $62 million budget per episode, and that's what they've produced.
Darkness will march over the...
I mean, at least he looks like an elf.
face of the earth.
Because that does not look like an elf. Elves have the long hair. He's clearly got a fade in the Numenorian barber shop. Oh, and we have the female elves, female orcs even. So, ladies, do you feel represented now? Now that you're gonna be seeing the embodiment of evil and corruption now projected as women. And dear God, I cannot wait to see a litter of orcs being fired out of the orc pussy, because dear God, it's going to be fucked up, because Tolkien says they just multiply. They have litters of orcs. So, yeah. I hope the representation's good enough.
It will be the end, not just of our...
Sorry for pausing so much, but there's just another scene from another teaser from another bit, and it's just crap CGI.
Our people.
God damn it.
But all peoples.
No, the dwarfs are very much my favorite race. I really like them. I really like their lore. So I have that sort of bias towards them. And you know, looking at it, it's clearly a green screen backdrop. It looks shit because it's a green screen backdrop that they're just walking past something to make it look like it. It's super fancy, but it does I do like the aesthetic of it. It does, it's not, it's more like a town and a cave to me personally, and I do kind of like it, but it's not what you'd expect Khazad-dûm to be. And you know, loving that beard armor, love that beard armor. I do have a problem with the axe. I really hate it. Like the fanciness of there, it's very undwarf like. It's just there's a lot of generic fantasy about it, but I do like the beard armor. And this is the opposite of what Khazad-dûm should be. If it was another dwarf city, I mean, I would like it more, but it's just too much green screen. Too much green screen. And this just pathetic Elrond. Just pathetic. He's meant to be Elrond, and instead he's Elrond adjacent.
I am sorry, but their time has come.
I'm going to say it's Durin the Third, and I'm going to say that's Durin the Fourth, which is very much against Dwarven lore, because Durin is not a very common name. It is saved only for when they actually believe Durin himself that started Khazad-dûm has returned, and there can only be one at a time. So if we have Durin the Third and Durin the Fourth at the same time, that's a big fucking no-no.
The past is with us all.
Oh my god. Gotta love that titty armor. Those moobs. And, oh, there's Galadriel. God. Oh no. This didn't happen. God, it just looks awful. Do you know what? It looks like they've just spray painted an undertop. Like one of those like lycra base layers you get. It looks like they've just painted one of them and put it under some like cheap 3D printed terrible armor. To me, looking at this, everything seems like it's 3D printed really badly, and it has flexibility, but the shape is all off, and plus it's, you know, having the moves there and whatnot, it's really put the shape out of a horrible position. It just looks cheap. You have to wonder where this 62 million an episode is going if you see fucking moob armor everywhere. I mean, look at this one, it's folding. The armor's folding.
The past is dead. Oh God. We either move forward or we die with it.
We either move forward
or we die with it.
Oh my God. They've did it. They did a Last Jedi. They actually said the words, "Let the past die or we die with it. Move forward, forget it." So they're actively now openly saying, forget Tolkien. They're actively saying, forget Tolkien. And this is meant to be Numenor? Dear God, like, you could have hired, like, way more extras than what, 80 to 100 people in, you know, it looks like a really, really well done community panto. And this is a moody lady right here. She is not happy. But this genuinely looks like a Wish fucking version of Karl Marx. I mean, it just looks like a shit pantomime. Remember the end of Return of the King when they're on top of Minas Tirith, and you see Aragorn looking out over the crowd, and everything's epic. It's on a huge scale. This is Numenor, one of the greatest cities in the whole of the mythos of Tolkien, and it looks tiny. It looks like a just pathetic fucking just a community panto. It looks like a play that some like community theatre groups put on. It looks cheap. This doesn't look like marble or stone. It genuinely looks like they've just painted over some fucking polystyrene. Damn it. And yeah, I mean, this guy looks like Karl Marx in drag. Yeah. It's just pathetic.
This could be the beginning of...
And every time I say this, I just think of Nick Rekieta. It's just hilarious.
a new era.
Ooh. I wonder if...
This could be the beginning of a new era.
They actually look like elves. I wonder if they're actually going to show some proper elves. Oh, Don Lemon jumping over some wargs while this fucking guy's like shitting himself in the corner. Galadriel fighting an ice troll. The wizard, the wizard that comes down from the meteor somehow Am I the only one that thinks this looks like the Eye of Sauron? Because to me it looks like the Eye of Sauron. Where it's there, got that bit in the middle, and then the eye going round. It really does look like the Eye of Sauron.
Away I must wander this wandering day.
Oh dear God. Let's go back a little bit more. So, let's just watch this now. Here's Lenny Henry. I'm assuming it's Lenny Henry, or not another diversity hire. But he can kind of walk in his prosthetics a little bit. This woman really can't walk in her prosthetics. They don't give a shit. This woman cannot walk in her prosthetics. I mean, her feet are at like 45 degrees, 90 degrees. Like, they cannot walk. And this woman is, her feet are like that rather than straight ahead. Now, just a little bit of background about me. I did a big study, year-long study on feet and posture and how to help balance and how to walk properly with a fairly decent sample size. This here, to me, from my eye and from my study and my work, they cannot walk properly and they are struggling. They're walking like they're wearing flippers, and their feet and knees and their hips have all been just mangled because they cannot function wearing these prosthetics. And when the series come out, I will not be surprised if you see the hobbits from at least hips upwards, and you will see very little of their feet. We, like in Peter Jackson stuff, where you see them walking, you can actually see their feet and stuff like that, and they can walk properly because they actually took care and attention. I mean, and like, why the white people have like really dark feet as well? That's what I don't get. They're, but anyway, just little things that annoy me, and from my eye I can point out where they're actually having severe posture problems and they can't walk in it, because if they were walking in their bare feet, they would be going the ball of the foot first and toes, then down. But they're walking like penguins, and they're walking like that rather than just little things. So they're struggling in their feet. They're really struggling. And another thing, on the anniversary of the man's death, just evil. So what do I think about this? It's pretty shit. It's pretty wank, to be honest. It's got nothing to do with Tolkien. It's just a theatre production from a local community group, and you're actually sat here thinking, go, there's 62 million, something like that, for each episode. Where's the production going? It's got nothing to do with anything about Tolkien. It looks terrible. It just, the fact they're saying let the past die doing a Disney Star Wars and saying it's just forget about the old stuff, this is the new stuff now, you should like the new stuff. Nah, it doesn't sit well with me, this. It's just going to get worse and worse and worse, and that ratio, that dislike ratio is insane. So, yeah, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be good. So like I said before, we will be doing that book right there, The Silmarillion. We're going to go through the first 5 or 6 chapters, and I will get a video out hopefully as soon as possible with this and give you a bit more information. We'll go live, jump into the chat. If there's people that want to come on and talk with it as well, I'll try and get some people. But like I said, we will be doing The the Silmarillion, and we will absolutely destroy the ranks of Prime. So, as always, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. Stay awesome.